Alrighty. Hello, YouTubers. Anyone else watching? I am playing on the Intec Gaming console, the Game Boy Advance consolizer. I played a little bit of before. But this is the Superchis carts, and I'll just play a few games here. But first, I want to talk about the updating process, which wasn't too hard for me to figure out, but it was a bit weird. And if you're confused at all or have one and just really couldn't follow, I can explain it quite simply. You go to the Superchis cart or the super firmware, because that's what this is, like Super FW. And at the moment, there's a version 0.20. When you get this Superchis cart, at least mine was 0.18, and it had a different color scheme a little bit. It was like yellow background or whatever. And what you do, it's actually kind of unique of how you update the firmware on this Game Boy Advance cart here. What you do is you download the super firmware, 0.20, and then you copy it, create you duplicate it basically, and you make it a .gba, and you put both of those on this cart. I'm scrolling down. I don't know how to quick scroll. I'll get to it here in a second. I got a lot of things that I added on here. And so then you have the firmware. You'll see it when I hit it up here. The firmware and the yeah, here we are. So these are the same file. The super firmware -fw and the super firmware.gba. So this is unique of how you do this. So you boot this up, and then what you do is you actually launch super firmware.gba, and that basically chain loads. Like you're launching firmware from another firmware. I know it's weird, but hold on for a second. And then from there, I guess you go like down B start and you unlock the update. And when you unlock the update, while you don't do it before, like you launch the newer updated firmware as .gba, it just boots into it like it would a Game Boy Advance game. And then from there, you unlock the update feature, and then you select the file, and then it flashes it. It basically flashes it backwards. Because like when you launch a GBA game, it loads it into different memory, I assume. And then that memory goes back and flashes the cart, if that makes sense. You can also use a Game Boy Advance, or not Game Boy Advance, but there's a DS ROM, I think, apparently as well. That you could use to flash. That'll just because if you brick this cart, like if you got a Nintendo DS, you can unbrick it with the DS by launching. I haven't tried it yet, but supposedly there's Game Boy Advance, or not Game Boy Advance, there's a Nintendo DS ROM of Superchis card or whatever, and you can launch that and have that flash the firmware to the Game Boy Advance thing, because the two can't talk to each other. If you didn't know. Yes. That is the Superchis cart is interesting. I wasn't able to get this Legend of Zelda to work because this one actually has like a title screen, like a hack title screen. That's really long and annoying. And then after that, you press the start button and it says "must have been a banana." You probably have seen it, like from 2001. It's like if you've played ROMs for a long time, you've probably seen what I'm talking about. but then you press start and then nothing happens. It works on emulators and real hardware, but it kind of, or no, not real hardware. It works on like emulators, but not real hardware. It's like reverse of thing. Yeah, here's the Shantae Advanced Risky Revolution, the EEPROM and SRAM save fix version 1.0. Now this one had to like patch for a while. This one took like a minute or two to patch. And apparently there's a lot of ways to like patch it. You can do it from here. It had to generate the patch. So it's like Game Boy Advance games need to be patched no matter what you do. Maybe the Crix one don't, but like every single Game Boy Advance thing, except the ones where you have to flash one by one. And apparently, I did some digging. Apparently the reason is Game Boy Advance does some weird shit with memory. It's basically, actually no, it doesn't do anything with memory. I guess that's the problem. Game Boy Advance is basically just running pure ROM. It doesn't, like, even the NES goes through RAM a little bit before it hits like the processing unit. The PPU, right? It's like there's some RAM management there. Game Boy Advance is kind of weird, and it just doesn't do that, from what I understand. It's like it's just you're loading the bits directly, not through memory. It's like DMA. The Game Boy Advance is like strictly DMA, which is very strange. And I haven't had any issues with it. Turn that way the hell down, because last time I couldn't barely hear myself. What's funny is I actually have this on Xbox, on a disc through limited run games. So I own this version technically. I can actually play this version on original Xbox, so I don't need to play the. And it has like the new updated. Well. No, it uses this art, by the way. It's like, so the Shantae Risky Revolution, I guess it's also just for digital. You can get it on PC and all that, and Switch. But yeah, it's Superchis cart works fine. I can do this. I can do save states, I guess. I don't know what saved SD card is. Save states. Persistent slot 1. Memory slot 2. Make persistent. I guess that's maybe completely internal. It's got like 128 megs, I think, of internal. Okay. No RTC clock. The RTC clock is like emulated, so it only moves when it's on, which is a good and bad thing. If you're playing Pokemon, I guess it might be bad. But at the same time, it's got a benefit in that there's no battery. Well, actually, no. There is a battery in the thing. So I wonder what the hell that's all about. I don't know what that's about. Because there is a battery in this damn cart, but like it emulates the RTC. So there's like no quartz crystal. That doesn't make any sense either. Because how does it? No, because it needs quartz crystal to keep time. I don't know. I'm confused now that I'm thinking about it. Because I literally did see a battery, like a CR2032, soldered onto the board. It's there. It's a transparent thing. I don't. That's confusing. It must use it for other means then. I don't know. Oh, a little slowdown there. Oh yeah. It's a little slowdown. Oh yeah, some slowdown. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, like this is why like Game Boy Advance cards, flash cards are like so weird, and why they don't work like literally any other flash cards in the entire flash card kingdom of flash cards. Like N64, NES, Game Boy Color, Nintendo DS. You know, with the R4, it's like fucking PC Engine, Super Nintendo, everything. But the Game Boy Advance is like really weird in how it handles shit. Save states. I don't know. Save state persistent slot 1. I don't know what that means. But reset. Save. Reset the menu. Now one thing is Flash is empty. There's a way to load a game to Flash, and I don't know how to do it. RTC time. Save mode. Saving happens on reboots or manually. Yeah, direct save saves to the memory card. Yeah, I don't. No, that's. I don't know how to do it. To be honest. GBA reset. Can result in crashes or incorrect reads in some devices. Interesting. Extra performance. See. Yeah, so that's wrong. That was from. Yeah, so it is frozen very slow. Well, that's neat. Oh. Interesting. Flash backup. Race flash. Uh, there's supposed to be a bar or anything I'm looking at. I don't want to turn it off. Uh-oh. This is dangerous because if I turn it off, it's like it could be doing something in the background I don't know. Or maybe not. Oh, wait. There's a bar there. Glad I didn't go and press the button. What's it doing? Uh, anything? Yes, no, maybe. We. Oh wait, no. It's ticking, doing the thing. It's another pixel. What is it doing in general? It's like, well, shit. I was just, I just thought it would give me like a menu and say, hey, do you want to flash a game to the internal card? Oh, it's ticking by real slowly. That could be just the whole firmware backup. I don't know. I'm gonna pause this. This is why I did this offline. I'm gonna pause this. We'll be back when this thing's about either near finish or I figure out what the fuck is going on. Holy fucking hell! That took over an hour. You get away from that menu. Holy shit! Jesus Christ! It just finished moments ago. I was watching it this whole time. That literally took over an hour. So let that be known. Oh my goodness. In fact, it took so long, I went and messed around with the Nintendo DS a flasher. I went and found it because I was talking about it. So I went and tinkered with that, and I didn't say anything, but like I do have a super card SD that, as far as I knew, was dead on arrival, right? So I said, fuck it. It's like, see if I can't flash super firmware card to it, and just it may not even read it. It's probably dead. I got that thing to work. I guess it was bricked from factory, or something. It was literally firmware bricked, and because it couldn't find, like, yeah, it had some like errors in it, and as far as I know, it's like, and then I flashed it. It was like, oh hey, it actually boots, because before it just went to black screen. And then I found my SD card was like busted. That was in it. I think that came with it, so that was broken. So I used another SD card, micro SD card, and put a file on there, and oh my god, it booted up. So I literally fixed what I thought was like a dead GBA card that was almost going to get thrown in the trash. In the time it took for this damn thing to dump its like firmware. Okay, now supposedly I hit the select button. No, that's okay. What if I hit select here? Oh, there it is. No, I don't want to do that. So it was like that flash. Is there? I can't hold down. LNR do anything? No, LNR's that. I really just have to mash down. And yeah. Well, no, wait, no, I'm stupid. Left and right works. Yeah, okay. I'm a dumbass. Because yeah, L and R is the top, and then left. Okay, got it. Where's the Shantae? There it is. Bonk. Do. Right game to flash. Now this ain't gonna take an hour, is it? Going. Making weird noises. My cart, I think, is making noises. Actually, no, it may be making noises on the TV. I'm not actually sure where that noise is coming from. Looks like it's dialing into a modem. That was interesting. That didn't take too terribly long. Flash usage 16 megabytes of 124. Okay, so I have 124 megabytes of like built-in like fast RAM. Cool. Launch flash game. Oink. So can I like save states? Load. Oh. Oh no. It didn't like that. Oh no. It it didn't like that. Okay. There was a 50-50 chance of that happening. And black screen. I've learned this procedure. I plug it into my TV's external. I turn on the system. And then I unplug it and I plug it into my Elgato, which works every time. Launch flash game. Let's not do anything weird. Yeah, and I didn't save it. Already a lot better. I wasn't that far into it anyway. Just gonna mash through it. Roddy. Roddy's actually wearing a little skirt in this one, but she doesn't wear in any of the other ones. I mean, it makes sense that Shantae would... Shantae's hard to run on real hardware. Or, no, it's hard to run on anything but authentic hardware. That goes with the Game Boy Color one and all that. It's like, well, the save point's like right goddamn here. could have just literally waited the screen instead of save stating. See? Save. RTC clock. Nothing there. Cool. Cool. Other than like dumping the firmware, which took over an hour, the flash backup. You hit the flash backup, go make food. Yeah. Like literally just go off and do something for a while. Leave it alone. Oh, and when you hit flash backup, it'll be a white screen and nothing will happen. You saw it, and then a progress bar will start happening. A very, very slow one. Apparently, it creates a .bin file. It may even be viewable here. Let me look. Might not be. It might be in the file above. Yeah, here we are. 128 megabytes. Yeah. Apparently, that's the full unpacked firmware. It was everything, man. It apparently it does like a low level backup. It's like if you brick this thing through hell and high water and completely thrash it, that bin file can recover. It's like that is a complete ROM like dump, which is why it took forever. So there you go with that. It took over an hour. I know because I watched someone watched. I went on YouTube and watched someone react to the entire Knights of Guinevere, and then that's what was like 30-some minutes, and then I watched Iron Mouse like thing with Tim Curry, of him going through all his old movies and all that, and then started watching a thing about like the minifigs and all that. So it's like I watched multiple YouTube videos on top of also fixing that other cart. So yeah. I don't know why select wasn't working before. I could have sworn I've tried pressing select. Select doesn't work here. This is the recent list, and select be like, do you want to delete recently played game? Which is handy. So you could delete like the super firmware from the recently played, so you don't accidentally weirdly chain load your shit. Friggo's Return, actually. I need to play that. Pokemon Sapphire, my old GBA ROM. Ponymon. Yeah. Dawn and Dusk. I think I also have Moemon. Yeah, I got Moemon. Fire Red. I also have Moemon Red on cart. On a physical cart. Yeah, I have the physical card of Moemon. So that's interesting. You can get basically all these, or where is it? All these, like Pokemon Uncensored, Friggo's Return. That's a mistype, I think, from me. Or it's not even spelt right. I don't know. It's like it's supposed to be URN. All like Quartz version and all that. You can get every single Pokemon ROM hack on a physical card on AliExpress. That one has was it Eula? I forget how that's pronounced. Over the E. Yeah. So, I'm on Fire Red. Do I want that on the flash? I can do that later. But yeah, let's see. Oh no, what's just another quick one to look at? I was gonna do Gold Sun. Gold Sun is not a quick thing to play. Dance War. Boktai, which is the one that needs the little light sensor. This is just all the ones I have on here because like I don't have like a memory card big enough for it. SD card. It's only like an 8 gig and I got like 15 gigs of GBA. So I mean this ain't using the full 8 gigs either. I just went and I cherry picked. Yes, I cherry picked Kim Possible. Dish cap. Yeah, all the good ones. Goodness, 32 megabytes. You don't see that very often. Where the hell are you? 58K. Fire Emblem GBA bonus items. Huh? 58K. Oh, is that the e-reader shit? That might be e-reader. How would you configure that? It's like very strange. USA, Australia. Okay, so that's a pre-patch. People know this game quite well. Got so loud. I guess it's better being loud than, well, the volume is turned all the way up. I guess that makes sense. That's how they have you do it. It's also important to note that Samus is like no longer really human. Like, with all the shit that she's been through, like, Zero Suit Samus could toss the Master Chief. It's also important to note that, like, Samus's suits has no augmentation on it. If a normal person wore Samus's Varia suit, they would barely be able to move in it. It's like a really fun fact with Samus is she is that strong. Like even Master Chief's armor is so, like, well, to a point has some enhancements, but like then again they did need to do a bone replacement and do all that other shit in order to strengthen their bones, so like their body wouldn't like, or the suit wouldn't like crack their bones and all that. It's like they needed some enhancements, but like Samus doesn't, and she's like more mobile. So Samus Aran could like canonically put on a Mjolnir Mark IV armor as is, and be completely fine and still be able to run and do all that other shit. But yeah, like the image is a little soft, of course. And it froze. Mmm. Tasty. How bad did it freeze? Oh, it froze. I've had some crashes on some games. And yeah, this seems like a deal that you just kind of want to cycle through the onboard flash. It's also important to note that the memory card, the SD card that's in this thing, isn't great. it's a shitty old 8 GB black with white lettering, like black with white lettering EPO. So I don't think it's the Superchis cart that's like failing me here. it's like it's yeah, I don't think it's that. So I'm running low on micro SD cards. I got like 5 micro SD cards that don't work anymore. They just won't work. Get a good micro SD card, man. It'll save you money. Like Advanced 3. It's also important to note that the super card that I have does not have a right to flash option. But this super Superchis card does. And this cart, by the way, was like $10. So like, I hear it. Is it like analog writing to that thing? I heard like I can hear like the electrical ions moving in that poor little cart writing to flash. But whatever memory it's writing to is it's certainly a thing. Okay. That. And we can go here. 32 megabytes of 124. I mean, are you really gonna cycle through that many games, you know? WarioWare. I like WarioWare. I think this is just one of those things where you get a couple of the ones that you're playing, write them to flash, and play them off there. Like I've mentioned before, like Game Boy Advance flash carding is it's tough. People have it easy with, emulators. Emulators can run it just fine. Emulators don't have any problem with Game Boy Advance. And you'd be like, oh, well, that makes sense. It's not really doing a lot. It's not. But physically speaking, Game Boy Advance is wacky. Game Boy Advance, from what I understand, yeah, it's like it's running like directly off the bus from the ROM. It's like what it spits out is like what the console's getting, and it has to be it has to be like fast. Whatever they was doing for the Game Boy Advance was crazy. Game Boy Color and all that didn't need that. I think that had like its own little PPU thing. Game Boy, original Game Boy. It's like all the other systems, like even the N64 with its weird ass Z buffer, still like there's still like system RAM, like 4 megabytes. Game Boy Advance didn't have that. It's just it's literally ROM direct to screen. It's weird. People like this game. Or at least the Game Boy Advance ones. Okay, yeah, this does have Amy, but you need to unlock. Next time, Sonic Ball Z. Did they have to give Tails like the fucking names? You just now noticed it, didn't you? I don't think I've ever played this. Kind of weird to start in a casino kind of level. Oh, can I not? Oh, there is. That's weird. Until I haven't played this. Okay. Well. Cool. Wait, what? There's a ring there. Huh. Must be a background layer. I've noticed that a lot of Game Boy Advance games have a really fucking long intro. Every time you boot one up for the first time, it's like there's like a really long intro. This is the first Legend of Zelda on the list here. Is this the one I'm thinking of? Let's see. Okay, this one does not have a that damn intro. Good. Oh, that's not what I wanted. At the menu. So the first Legend of Zelda I got on here is fine. So yeah, you just do this. Goes with that screeching again. I honestly don't know if it's audible or if it's actually coming from the card itself. Oh. With my speakers around. Might be come from my speakers. It could be bad shielding with its internal components. Well, no, I can't say bad shielding. Because of the way this thing works with the pogo boards, you kind of can't. So it's like little pegs of how it kind of jerry rigs off of the Game Boy Advance, which is kind of what it's doing. Doing some weird shit. 56 megs. So yeah, I mean, that's a decent amount of games for using like about half the memory there. Just about. Like 60. Yeah. And they seem to run flying off the flash memory. 4 megabytes. I can't believe they fit that much on 4 megabytes. Need to save that money. Yes, I don't. Where's Mo one? I'm not editing this out. I definitely paused for that 1 hour flash dump. I'm gonna harp on that. It's like, I thought that's where I wasn't sure. I thought that was like maybe or it said backup flash, right? And I thought it was like, okay, that could either be literally to back up the flash of the ROM, or that could mean it could be like some weird Chinese translation of this is the menu that you use to select the game to put on NOR. Like the built-in thing. I couldn't find it before. I guess I just never hit select over a game. I don't know. Or I might have not had it on 0.18. I think they added. Oh, that's right. Because I looked at the patch notes. Version 0.19 added that. For the Superchis cart. So it's. Yes. This might need to. Oh no, didn't need the patch. Okay. I guess if you put it on memory, it doesn't need the flash. Kind of surprised they didn't just change that to Momon. It's like they put so much effort in all the sprites, they didn't change anything else about the game. Why 7? Wait, no, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, why 7 letters? My name is 8. I guess Maru it is. I have a reason for picking Gary. I actually had a childhood friend, a bit older than me, that we played Pokemon together, and his name was actually Gary. There's no clock. Maybe this version just doesn't have a clock built in. Yeah, that's Moemon. I know I didn't play much of it, but everyone knows Pokemon. And then it's just Moemon thing. It'll take forever to get through it, and I'm getting hungry, and I want to get something to eat. So it's or make me something to eat, because yeah, 76 megabytes. So yeah. I mean this right here, like Sonic Advance, WarioWare, Shantae Advance. Shantae Advance is like 15-20 hours. Or no, but yeah, about 10 to 15 hours of game right there. And then of course Pokemon can take a while, and Metroid Fusion, that's like what, 10, 15, that's like 8 to 10 hour, I think. Mario Kart's several hours, and there's about 15 or so hours. Well, no, about like 8, somewhere around there. Sonic Advance 3, I imagine that's several hours. WarioWare, that's several hours. I mean, you can get a lot of gameplay with just having this stuff on there. And yeah, I know it's probably annoying to keep dumping and flashing, but 124 megabytes is pretty good. You fit a lot of Game Boy Advance stuff in there, especially a bunch of the smaller cards. So yeah, I guess that's it for me. And I'm also kind of happy that I got my other card to work, my super card. That was a surprise. I just YOLO'd it and be like, whatever. I don't care what firmware you had on there before. I think Supercard had its own thing. And I said, screw it. I'm just gonna flash the Supercard. It was the Supercard firmware, but not that's technically custom firmware for the Supercard. So I said, fuck it. I'm just gonna use the NDS thing, and then just, I don't care what's on there. The thing's already dead to me. But like, I just didn't want to throw it away. Waste the $15. Screw it. It's like, fuck it. And it worked. So I guess it literally came to me with a bricked flash, a bricked flash. So I fixed it. It's like I revived it from the dead. And that's always fun. Oh god, Final Fantasy Advance. I've beaten this legitimately. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. The story of Tactics Advance is insane. The fact that it starts with snowballs and then ends the way it does. Insane. Like, the power scaling in Tactics Advance, it gets real close to well, not close, but like it almost acts like Disgaea. The power scaling is insane toward the end of the game. It is a very good tactics game. It has nothing to do with Final Fantasy Tactics on PlayStation. Nothing at all. It really should have been called Final Fantasy 12 Tactics or something like that. Like the world, Final Fantasy Tactics, or no, like the world of Final Fantasy 12, Final Fantasy Tactics, or something like that. Right? Because that's where it is. It is in that realm. With like bunny ear chicks and all that. Like, so yeah, that is. Oh, I also beat Ratchet and Clank today, so that was another fun thing I did. On the PS4. Short game. I got all 28 bolts, gold bolts, and I followed a guide to get a lot of them. A lot of them I found on my own. Just fun game. Short, sweet, to the point, fun. At the end of the game, like they give you cheat for like infinite ammo and invincibility, and it doesn't feel cheap because you had to work for it, getting all the damn golden things. Like literally at 28 is when you get the invincible. So it's like when you get to the last boss, if you pretty much 100% of the game up to that point, it's be like, all right, you 100% of this damn thing getting to this last boss. You earned just wrecking him. Like you earned the right to wreck his ass. So it's like, I got gold on all the races. Like I basically 100% of it. Like I didn't really struggle that much. I died a lot, but I didn't struggle. If that makes sense. So it's, yeah, so that is my little thing of the Superchis cart. Um, be careful with flashback up. It will take you over an hour. And unfortunately, if you accidentally do it, don't turn off the system or anything like that. I about did. Yeah, because that can really fuck things up. Unfortunately you're just gonna have to let that bitch finish. And if you did turn it off and be like, oh no, I fucked up, do it again. Or like delete the .bin file on the SD card or something. Like I would say like let it run it again and let it do it in its entirety. But yeah, that is Superchis cart running on my Intec gaming like Intec gaming DBA HDMI consoleizer. And remember, if you're at the end of this video, the flash cart or to update it is you basically take the super firmware dash chis.fw file. You just name it super fw and change the .fw to .gba. Make sure you duplicate it. So these two are exactly the same file. Exactly the same. You download this, create a duplicate, and name it to this with the .gba extension. So you're changing the file type to Game Boy Advance. You boot up the Game Boy Advance one. Then you go here, unlock updates. And after you unlock the update, you select this. And it'll give you the option to flash. And you flash it. And it flashes backwards, I guess. It's like, so when you're loaded into the Game Boy Advance ROM file, in that, like, you wouldn't do it here. You would do it when you're loaded into the GBA in the memory. Did you do it? That's why it has you unlock it first, so you don't accidentally fuck it. Oh, that's. I think this is an MLP one. I think Pokemon. I can't remember. Oh, right. I think that came. That's like a open source game or something, or free game. I slapped on there. But yeah, God, Rayman with this fucking censored re-release. Not even gonna touch that one. Pokemon. Oh wait, no. That TH, that's Tohomon. Yeah, Tohomon. So yeah, that is the Superchis carts. Let's see, I talked on updating. You press select when you're in this menu, select button. And you press the A. I had to remember because my Y button is the B and the B button is A, so it feels good in game, but it feels weird in menus. So yeah, that is Superchis cart. Running on real hardware, of course, because clone devices, unless it's FPGA, just are not gonna run flash cards, either ever or well. Don't know why that is, but it's, well, I do know. It's just the flash cards just need to have a lot of stuff, and the clone hardware just doesn't usually have all the things it needs, so they just pretty much never work. There you go. Like my N8 NES cart does not work on my Retron HD, for example. For the NES Retron thing. Although FPGAs tend to, and if they're running on Mister, generally the updated cores, if they don't work at the time when cores out, like generally they work later. The cores get updated. And I should be getting my Super Station 1 with the Super Dock at some point. And one of the first couple things I'm going to do is I'm going to put a CR1220 battery in it. I need to find one of those. And then I need to probably untighten the Super Dock, because apparently it comes like pre-tightened, but like some people were having trouble with the disk drive not coming out, and like the bolts on the bottom were over tightened and it cracked the plastic a little bit, because it kind of like it's like already assembled, basically it's already attached to the bottom, because it's like Super Station 1 like with included Super Dock. It's a whole new box, all that. So I'll have to make sure of that. So it's and then with like, you know, Zelda, with all the decompilations, and like I think the M something 64, there's like another N64 FPGA console out, and that's like a cheaper version of the analog, which I hear just works amazing. They go far cheaper. I don't know what the price is, but people were saying way cheaper. And all the decompilation Zelda stuff, and it is a good time to be a retro gamer. People are sick and fucking tired of modern gaming with its censorship, fugly ass women, like shitty written male characters, and if not also ugly male characters, and the live service, the downloadable contents, the prices. These games don't have any of that. These games were made, and that's it. You do not need downloadable content for fucking Metroid Fusion. And so technically there was downloadable content for some Game Boy Advance games using the e-reader. I'm gonna let that one slide a little. That was just them being weird with shit. A real thing too, by the way. It's like one of those cards. A lot of it was just they unlock things. Sometimes there actually was enough info on there to have DLC. Very rare, but there was. I'm rambling. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.